So this here is the end result that we are looking for. That time when you are introducing new fish into your system and they are doing fine. So this video is for you who's wondering what exactly do I need in order to set up my own DIY system. And I'm just going to be mentioning some details that I later on discovered as we're setting up the system that are just not mentioned everywhere, or you might not find them easily. So I'll save you the time, I'll save you the trouble, and mention the obvious, not so obvious. So stay tuned. So let's first get done with the most obvious, which is the tanks. And the number of these tanks shall be determined by the amount of space that you have. But this is where your fish are going to spend the rest of their lives. So of course you want to get some nice tanks. They come in different shapes, different sizes, and some are round, some are oval, but the most common ones that I have seen, which we also use, are these very ones. We cut out the sump tank and the grow bed from these very same tanks. But one thing that you really need to do is to paint the tanks. The painting will help to prevent algae from growing within the tanks, because algae consumes oxygen, and yet you need all the oxygen that you can get for your fish. You don't want anything else consuming the oxygen. You can also just avoid all this, by the way, by buying tanks which are already dark, like they just prevent growth of algae. As you buy your solids filter, also solids filter, biofilter, or any other tank, try as much as possible to prevent buying tanks that have ridges. It should just be smooth. Okay, this one doesn't look that smooth, but it should just be like this one, because it will easily prevent leakages here when it doesn't have a ridge. Okay, it will be easier for you to prevent leakages when it doesn't have a ridge. If you buy a tank that has a ridge, trust me, you're going to start fighting with water, and you might be on the losing end, by the way. Like for us, as we were buying the very first time we bought this tank over here, it was our biofilter that got spoiled and it had ridges. We had a big problem with leakages in this area because of this very ridge over here. The bulkhead could just not be fast enough, like tight, so just water was leaking in the area, algae was growing on the ground. So at this point, you're already serious about setting up your own backyard system. Get pumps. Where are you going to get the pumps from? If you're using an online shop like Amazon, I would advise you to already order, because they take, okay, in our area here, this might not be an issue for everyone, but for us, they took around 2 months to reach, and we ordered them at the very end when we were done setting up the rest of the system. So we just had some dead time there of just waiting for the pumps to arrive. So you can do better by ordering for the pumps as you are already making the system, such that by the time you're done, you're just installing the pumps and you get the system running. I already broke 2 of these, so I only have 2 left. But this is how it looks like inside. Let me show you. This is for pH, high range pH, nitrate, sorry. Another nitrate. So there are 2 bottles of nitrate. And then nitrite. Then there are also 2 bottles of ammonia, testing ammonia. Also, when you are buying them, there are different kits that test different things, so you have to look out and ensure that the kit you're buying is testing these particular things, because you want to know the level of ammonia in your water, the nitrite, and this is where you test from. So yeah, and then the instructions are in this book, so you definitely can't get confused. Now, when it comes to your grow bed media, there are so many options that you can choose from for your plants. For us, we decided to use 2 kinds of rock because they were the most readily available. We had them these particular stones were just lying around, so we decided to use them, and then we bought some more and put them together. But there are some people who use clay pebbles, river rock, and many others. So what you can just do in order to find out if your rock is safe to use or not, just use a vinegar test. Put your rocks or what you're using in vinegar. If it produces bubbles, that means it's not safe to use. It's going to react with the water. It will end up increasing the pH, which will not be good for your plants. But it doesn't produce bubbles, then it's safe to use. But then with the rocks, you have to wash them. This is some work which I'll tell you is not easy. It needs a lot of energy, and you definitely cannot do it alone. You need all the help you can get. You need to wash the rocks such that by the time you put them in your system and the water starts running around, it's not instead just contaminating the system. And as for the biofilter, this here is how it looked like before we put it down. We used to use bottle tops and they worked perfectly well. It's just the tank itself that broke, and up to now we have just not yet put it there. But bottle tops are also an option for media to use. When it comes to plumbing of the system, there are some 2 options you have to choose. This guy over here or this one. But then you can also use both of them if you want, just that the expenses are different. One is more expensive than the other. With these uniseals over here, you can use any size of pipe that you want, depending on the size of the uniseal that you have bought, but that will make your system much cheaper and more flexible. However, if you decide to use this way of drawing out your water, using that outlet on the tank already, you're going to need this guy over here, the bulkhead. Why? Because when you drill a hole in your tank, you cannot just pass a pipe through there only. You either need the uniseal or bulkhead to stop any leakages. Now you see this one over here is the pipe for 52 millimeter 2-inch, and this one is for 63 millimeter 2 each. And that's what I was talking about, where we had to change all these because we had the wrong pipes that cannot fit right here. Because of using this particular way of drawing out the water, we had to use this 2-inch of 63 millimeter, not 52, which would have been these ones over here. I decided to just leave this clip over here because I don't know, you never know, it might help someone. It's just basically showing you how the bulkhead, this one over here, comes into play. It's the one which you put in the tank when you're doing your piping or your plumbing. So I don't know, maybe it's going to help someone, maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, now the tools that we're going to need, these ones you cannot do without them. Like, you really can't. You just need these tools. Anyway, the drill is one of them. So if you don't have, I think you should start making a collection and get this drill. Okay, not this exact one, but a drill. You need a drill. And also I don't know what they call this thing over here, but for us it didn't come with a drill. We just had to buy it. It was separate. Anyway, the other one is this item over here. It does a very good job. Even this one I could not even operate it. It's really heavy and it needs energy, but it helped us so much. It does very clean cuts. So in order to help yourself, just buy certain tools like this. You know, they have different purposes. They are multi-purpose, but for us is what we decided to use. And in the event that you're wondering, what should I use? Well, maybe you can also use this. Maybe you can find something else to use. But we used that particular one to cut things, like you see these clean lines over there. That's what we used. And then you're going to need this should I call it a leveler or leveling ruler or something, and this thing, this tape over here. I'm showing you what they are. I know they are very, very helpful tools. If you don't have them, you can get yourself some. And this is Teflon tape. I call it Teflon tape, but it's very useful in leakages. Yes, we have used it very much when we are doing the plumbing. It's really, really useful, so you could have some for yourself as well. And then for cutting is also another option. Yeah, especially when you're cutting the pipes, you'd want to have this around. This is the Teflon that I was telling you about, where we put it in between in areas that are disturbing us with leakages, and the leakages eventually stop. With these things, I believe you are on a journey to having such an end result. So I hope this video has been really helpful to you who is wondering, what exactly do I need to also have my own backyard system? And in case you think I've left out something that you know about, please let us know in the comment section. Above all, thank you so much for all of you that have subscribed. I do notice you. I do see you. I do notice. Thank you so much. See you next time.